And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check?
I'm sorry, I don't. Hey, you're... Oh, fret not, dear child.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the
Next location. There's a mark there, so where should we start? After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
I don't remember this place at all. I don't think I've ever been here before. Still, I was thinking...
Huh? Why again?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because...
I don't... Not here then.
Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new, as buds in the spring. This is an auspicious era for humanity.
Could it be true, what I've heard?
If you are presently unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a while at one's abode for some repose and conversation.
Could it be true, what I've heard? Could it be true, what I've heard?
Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new, as buds in the spring. This is an auspicious era for
Could it be
humanity.
true? What I've heard.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
Water jet!
Shower me with praise.
Fracture Hunter!
Do you remember anything about...
Let me think. But I don't think I stayed here.
Got it.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This...
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu, it was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees. I alone am the soul.
Sin? Oh?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember... Eventually, The house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Xiuyu. But you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what.
You're too sweet, Xiuyu. All right, let's not.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny One Day?
Let me see. How strange. Have I... When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily... But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only... Paimon was hoping this place would...
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only... Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you...
Mount Outsong.
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity.
It does, but
Are you feeling unwell?
my head...
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared
Wait, really? What?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we... Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
Come on, just tell Paimon already! What's this thing you've prepared?
Here, this is
Huh? But is...
precisely a recent one at that. I am most pleased. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved time.
How preposterous. Had you and I not recalled much of her, we Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
think she gets it now.
As previously mentioned,
Oh, Paimon can feel what you mean.
and you and I, is the mechanism. It appears.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you. So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny! Granny?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have.
Wait, did you just... You already knew each other?
Yes.
Granny, please don't.
Oh, don't worry, my dear I'm so sorry. It's all come back.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried.
No, it's okay. Shuyu, everyone.
Please, Granny, don't.
I know, dear some time ago.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in...
I am, in truth, not a human being. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed...
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt about, but I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form, and she warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years. And if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
Was it because of...
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away.
Oh no.
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again. But that was only the beginning of my troubles. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true... Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time.
Granny!
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, Master. Don't...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon's... So, Cloud Retainer, you found you and...
Perhaps... One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses. In truth, one had more, but soon one came unwilling to begrudge some, wishing to grant you a life without regrets. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward!
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
Yeah! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
Make way for the Adeptus!
Scatter! Yeah! Yeah! Scatter!
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the sad godly remains. In turn, One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry, and one saw you happy.
Yeah! Got him!
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait! But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Got him! Yeah! Skyward!
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, when one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, perhaps fate brought... Now all... One owes you. One has always viewed you as a disciple. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through...
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave?
One has never regarded your action as... When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elf. 'Tis a refuge referred... One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode.
Thank you.
40 years ago, you chose a path. Even the... Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by
So...
One will help her reclaim...
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, I don't know how I could possibly
Granny? Please don't leave.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My old... Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able... That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both...
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter...
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no... I'm so sorry, Master.
Xianyun.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now? wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Xianyun, you're awake.
I feel... Madam Adeptus...
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. But... even though Granny... I could become a cool Adeptus like you, and help a...
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuandai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that.
Thank you so much,
Xianyun, are you... Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shu Yu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuandai. They all chose a... One has reflected on this fact for... is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could Why are you all so...
Paimon is... just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one will be assuming the identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep... So,
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
A sensible plan. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense insomnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future.
Awesome! Thanks, Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we... Should we make a trip to the Xianyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
I have left an explanatory. Considering their recent penchant for going off on private escapades, however, I find myself caring little for how they shall receive this news. You're concerned.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be... I have to be careful, yes.
We're here, Cloud. Miss...
Perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched.
Several...
They're family heirlooms, you see.
Yep, they've definitely...
Hear that? Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide...
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that...
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler?
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Hello.
Xianyun! You got a new outfit!
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit.
It appears my... Now, this expert you mentioned...
Soon. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at... Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our... Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains.
So you...
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Xianyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all.
While I am loath to, but you two already knew each other, and you seem to...
A preposterous accusation! The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a...
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capability...
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Xianyun, wait! I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhong...
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind...
All right. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is...
The Northland Bank?
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return...
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you?
My days have been quite pleasant as well. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume...
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would...
One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work. And this city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so...
Oh?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed...
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Xianyun Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li. He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too.
That should be everyone, right? What?
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause...
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation...
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Don't be shy.
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
Try something new with the one-min restaurant. Listen, let me tell you.